afternoon, folks. How's everybody doing today in the big, bright, wide world? Turned out to be another pretty day, afternoon here in Kentucky. Can we talk about the weather in Kentucky for a second? It's damn near 80 degrees yesterday. Running around in a t-shirt, woke up this morning, had to put my long johns back on. But, like they say, it's Kentucky. Don't like the weather. Stick around, it'll change in about 5 minutes. Like I said, up this morning, I had to put my long johns back on. This afternoon it's cleared off a little bit, and I think it might have got up to 45, which is still kind of chilly, but hey, I'll take it for February 24th. You know, I just it's less snow plowing and salting I've had to do this year. Of course, we still got March to go. We may end up getting a blizzard in March, 16 inches of snow. I've seen it. It's no fun. But anyway, talking about working at Dairy Queen, you know, as I was saying, you know, the people I work with, whatever, some shenanigans we got away with. One guy I remember working with, still think an awful lot of him, Will Adams. He's one hell of a guy. He's one of the best singers and musicians I probably have had the pleasure of knowing. He's one hell of a guitar player, keyboard player. I think he can play bass. I think the only thing I haven't and that he can't play, and I just say that just because I haven't seen him do it, is drums. I mean, he might be able to beat the shit out of drums too. I don't know, but he's one hell of a singer and a guitar player, and he's a good vocal impressionist too. You know, he can make different sounds and what impressions and whatnot just vocally. And the reason I bring that up is, and this might have been after we switched over to druthers. I can't remember. You know, like I said, it's been 30 years ago. But we got a new phone for the office. Well, for whatever reason, the ringtone, when the phone would ring in the office, and they had it set up to where you could hear it, you know, throughout back line and front line. You couldn't hear it out in the lobby, but you could hear it back in the back in case somebody was in the office when it rung. It was loud enough to where we could hear it back there and somebody could answer it. Well, anyway, the phone, the ringtone for it was a cricket chirping. Don't ask me why. That's how it came from the factory. And when it was installed, that's what the ring was. And back then, you know, you couldn't change the ringtone on it. So you were stuck every time the phone rings, sounded like a cricket chirping. Well, somewhere along the way, Will Adams figured out that he could make a cricket chirping sound, you know, with his mouth, use his mouth. And sound just like a cricket, sound just like that phone. But once he figured it out, he figured he could aggravate the ever-loving holy you-know-what out of the managers. We were all in on it. We knew what he was doing. All of us on back line, probably ones on front line too. The managers didn't have a clue. Phone ring, and every now and then it would be a legitimate phone call coming into the office there at the restaurant. Well, they wasn't much more than hang up the phone. We'll let them get a few minutes away from hanging up the phone because we could hear them from back line to the office. They were right next to each other. And he'd make that cricket chirping sound. Well, hear that manager come back, he'd pick up the phone. Hello? 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 Well, I guess he hung up and clicked, and he'd walk off. We'll do it again. Manager come back, grab that phone. Hello? Yes, this is Dairy Queen. How can I help you? Nothing. I'd do that 3 or 4 times. They'd get aggravated, and finally figured out. I think our operations manager, store manager, Jeremy Caldwell, another great guy, finally figured out that it was Will. I think he caught him doing it, and he was fired up. We've got the biggest kick out of that ever was. That's funny. But like I said, that's just, you know, one of the shenanigans that we went through, stuff we pulled back then. Like I said, that was in our lifetime ago, folks. Yeah, Dairy Queen. And then we switched over to druthers. Now that's a whole nother ball game there, folks. I don't know if anybody remembers that's the turnover from Dairy Queen to druthers or not, but you know, of course now, or from druthers to Dairy Queen, of course, you know, they lost the salad bar, lost the fried chicken, the fish, the hush puppies, the potato wedges, brought in the blizzards, the snow, the ice cream cones, sundaes, the peanut buster parfait, the banana splits, and all that. Well, I always thought, and I wouldn't have one thought this, you know, it was fine to bring Dairy Queen's ice cream, soft serve ice cream in, but we always thought that they should have kept Dairy Queen's or Druthers menu as far as the rest of the food. The burgers, the chicken, the fish, the breakfast and all that, and they didn't do it. And I remember when we first done the changeover, people in Berea didn't like it all. They were used to Druthers. They were used to, we had the coffee drinkers. These old guys, most of them were retired or semi-retired or whatever. They'd come in. Some of them would be there when we opened up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And they would sit there for hours on end. They'd have their breakfast. Then they'd sit around hours and hours and hours and just shoot the shit, drink coffee. Some of them would be there when we switched over to lunch, and they just go ahead and eat lunch while they were there. But, and then when we switched over, they weren't too happy about it. And then they finally got used to the idea. And I remember, and I don't know if anybody out there, I know some of the people that follow me or watch these videos that might have worked with me at Dairy Queen, Druthers, whatever, know what I'm talking about when I say a breakfast hour or lunch hour. There's been more than once we've done, and I know you're all not going to believe me when I tell you this, but I was there, I witnessed it, I've done it, on breakfast. In 1 hour, we'd do $2,000 worth of sales, sometimes $3,000 in 1 hour. Like from 7 to 8, 6 to 7, 9 to 10. And turn right back around and do the same thing at lunchtime. $2,000 to $3,000 in 1 hour worth of sales. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, they worked us like dogs back then. We'd have 45 and 50 burgers on the grill at one time. We'd have 4 or 5 different things going on all at the same time, trying to keep up with the orders. And I mean, it was a job. Now, back then it was like $3.15 an hour. Nowadays, fast food ain't like it. They don't cook everything fresh. I don't care what they're telling you. They heat it up in a damn microwave. It ain't cooked fresh. It very seldom is it cooked fresh nowadays. I know for a fact it was back then because I cooked it. But yeah. Anyway, it was all fun. I enjoyed working there. Enjoyed the people I worked with. Had some damn good bosses too. I can look back and say that now. But yeah, there's good old Will Adams doing the cricket chirping. But that's about all I can think of right now. Yeah. Anyway, it's Friday, quitting time, heading home. Weekend. Everybody out there listening, y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves, have some fun. As always, don't have too much fun. You don't want to end up in the pokey on Friday night. 9 times out of 10, you'll be there to Monday morning. Judges take the weekends off. But, as always, everyone out there, stay safe, God bless, and I'll be talking to you.